Shocking. Caitriona Balfe speaks out. The shocking truth will surprise you. Kim Long, The Forbidden Truth. Early in the morning, the sound of birds chirping echoed outside the window of a small room on the top floor of an old building in Edinburgh. Caitriona Balfe, famous for her role as Claire Fraser in the series Outlander, sat sipping hot miso tea, her eyes staring thoughtfully through the fogged-up window. No one expected that, in just a few hours, she would shock the world with a statement that had never been revealed before. The press waited in anticipation. Reporters hunting for news even used intelligence satellites, all wanting to decipher one simple thing: what will she say? Then, suddenly, she posted a black and white photo on Instagram, in which her eyes shone mysteriously, with a short caption: "The truth must be told. Prepare yourself." Thus, overnight, Caitriona went from being a simple star to a hot topic. What will she reveal? The secret revelation. By afternoon, the secret online interview was held. The camera was turned on, the lights shimmering on her face, always elegant and maintaining her inner strength. Her voice began, warm. "You may know me as an actress, as Claire, as Kat. But there is another truth. I used to be someone else." The following words made the world audience gasp. Caitriona said that in mid-2012, while filming Outlander, she received an anonymous letter from someone who called herself a crazy fan. The content of the letter was very strange. Along with an object, a USB, this person declared she was not just an actress. What did the USB contain? A message from a secret agency, confirming that Caitriona had been selected to participate in a top-secret government psychology program. The purpose? To discover individuals who could control the emotions of the audience behind the TV screen. Caitriona confirmed, "I don't remember much. But every time I do a strong emotional scene, I feel like something is guiding me inside. That feeling is not entirely mine." The blurry world. This news immediately caused a storm. Reports said, Caitriona was once a secret experimental subject. The truth raises the question, what is the truth? Major newspapers all used the words, shocking, horrifying, government-related. Some psychologists consider this a fantastic hypothesis. They analyze, the idea that a person can be programmed emotionally by the audience is almost science fiction. Then there is an expert who used to work for the British intelligence agency, MI6, hypothesis, revealed, there is no such official program. But the USB and the letter are being examined. Stephen, Kat's close friend and manager, confirmed, the USB is real, the letter is real. We have asked a legal expert and a digital investigation center to check it, mother of assets and trust. Amid the media storm, fans were divided into two camps. One side believed Kat, hoping she would stay strong. The other side was skeptical, thinking this was just a PR stunt. Really or not, she is still promoting a new image to attract attention, wrote a blogger. Caitriona decided to go public again. She organized a live stream to answer all questions. On the platform, she said, "I don't need more fame. I need justice, for the truth and for myself." During the session, she talked about the vague feeling when filming dramatic scenes, sometimes feeling like she wasn't herself. A memory, vague, planted in her heart the feeling that something unexpected was affecting. The live stream brought tears to many viewers. One commenter said, "I used to believe Kat was simply an actress, but now I feel like she is controlled by emotions, in a way I don't even know." The empathy was overwhelming. The hidden truth. 3 days after the live stream, what was supposed to be a media storm began to turn into a full-blown earthquake. An anonymous hacker group called The Veil suddenly sent emails to major media outlets such as the BBC, CNN, and Al Jazeera. The email subject, "The truth about Caitriona Balfe, the 17 Raven files," journalists quickly opened the contents. Inside was a string of encrypted data, attached with a note, "Caitriona is not lying. We have proof. This is leaked data from a real program, codename Raven Mind, launched in 2009 under the covert sponsorship of an intergovernmental organization." Immediately, this leaked information spread across social networks, bringing the hashtag Raven Mind project to the top 1 trending globally. As described by The Veil, Raven Mind is an experimental program that uses ultra-low frequency sound and subliminal imagery to control emotions. Its goal: to test the ability to manipulate the emotional responses of crowds through actors' emotional bionic devices. Caitriona is one of the foundation candidates, those with the strongest ability to perceive and transmit emotions. The past appears. The next day, Caitriona receives a strange text message sent to her personal number. "I know the program. I was there too." She freezes. Those 2 letters stir up a faint memory in her mind. A man with deep eyes, always standing behind one-way glass, and the strange dreams she has had since 2013. Stephen, her manager and close friend, immediately investigates the source. It turns out that the number originates from a remote area of Iceland, known to be home to old Cold War research facilities. Caitriona decides to go. Avoiding the media spotlight, she leaves England in silence, carrying a USB stick and a copy of the 17 Raven file. The journey to Iceland: she arrives in a small town called Herageri, a place of hot springs and fantastical sulfur fields. There, she meets, full name, Richard Amen, a neuropsychologist who worked with the Raven Mind program before leaving for ethical reasons. He is much older than she remembers, but his eyes, as always, are cold and deep. "Cat," he says, not hiding his emotion, "I'm so sorry. I thought we were working for a cause. But in the end, it was all just deliberate psychological abuse." He handed her a hard drive containing recordings from a 2011 experiment in which Caitriona had been asked to recite a line of dialogue under conditions of intense emotional arousal. Researchers stood behind a microscope, measuring her biological responses. What was horrifying was that the recording showed an ultra-low frequency background signal being played as she spoke, something that the human ear couldn't hear, but which the brain sensed and responded to by causing electrical changes in the amygdala, the region that controls emotion. The line of truth: "I never agreed to this," Caitriona said, her voice cracking. Richard nodded. "I didn't sign any contract with Raven Mind. They used the acting contract as a cover. I was a victim, not an accomplice. If this news became public, it would not only send shockwaves through Hollywood, but would also open the door to accusations against several major organizations, including international media companies that had collaborated on productions." Richard added, "Cat, if you go public, they will try to silence you. Like they did to another person, M. Arlen, who leaked the first part of the project in 2014 and then disappeared, back in confrontation." After a week in Iceland, Caitriona returned. She was no longer a bewildered actress, but a witness ready to expose everything. She invited all the major media to a special press conference, where she presented all the evidence, from USBs, recordings, Richard's hard drives, to independent scientific analysis from world-renowned neuropsychologists. The British and American government representatives quickly denied everything, calling it a cinematic conspiracy theory. But the public's attention was irreversible. Millions flocked to watch the press conference. Streaming platforms burned through bandwidth. They no longer just watch a star, but someone standing up to reclaim the truth for herself, and for the audience who once cried and laughed with her.